Here we go. Wilmer Flores has been traded to the Cardinals. We have a hole at third base, so we called up our number 7 prospect, Luis Toribio. Probably not quite ready yet, but he's been doing very good in AAA. So I don't show his stats here because the show, but should be, we'll see how he can develop over time. So let's get started. There are your pitching matchup for tonight. The Cubs are tossing out Dan Winkler, and we are countering with Alex Wood. Similar ERA, similar strikeouts, similar hits, innings pitched.
Summertime by the Bay. We're at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Tonight, game 2 of this 4-game weekend set between the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Alongside Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa and D-Row, we'll see a highly anticipated major league debut in this one. One of the elite prospects in the game.
Yeah, this is a special day for the entire sport when you really think about it.
There's his numbers in AAA.
Special for the kid in this organization. But I'll tell you, when a prospect of his caliber graduates to the big league level, the baseball world
Luis Toribio.
I know it's just one game. We're going to put a lot of focus
Player
on
number
his performance
22.
here today, and probably really doesn't mean that much, but it would be awesome to see him.
Okay, appreciate those. What's up, man? So we'll see how he does tonight.
Alex Wood, a lefty from North Carolina.
We toss out Alex Wood.
Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, you want to know if this guy's one of the better pitchers
Okay.
in the league? Well, how about
Let's
this?
see.
Batters are hitting under 200 against this guy for the year, so he's done a good job against both righties and lefties. And I'm looking for him to be just as dominant in this one.
Well, here we go. Game 2 between
Here's the first pitch to him.
Cubs and Giants.
Javier Baez is at the plate as he takes a cold strike one. Guys, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They came out on the losing end last time out and are in a bit of a skid. In fact, they've lost 7 of their last 10.
You think Alex Wood's probably pitching with a little bit of anger tonight?
It was only by 1 run. They should be able, those are the tough ones, but they should be able to put this one
1-1.
behind them.
1 ball
How are
and
you
1
guys tonight?
strike to the Cubs leadoff batter.
Baez is a interesting hitter. And he's going to sting that to left field. That's going to get down.
Baez will head
Dickerson
for
will
second.
play it off the hop there, and there's a leadoff double for Baez.
And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Now, that is the way you want to start a game on the road. He comes out swinging and stands at second as the first base runner of the night. Now we'll see if his teammates can pick him up.
What
and
up,
if they
bud?
get punch first.
Normal day, man. Here's Jason Hayward now.
So that'll bring up Jason Hayward as he'll take a look at his strike on the
Batting
outside
second
corner. It's
tonight.
0-1. Looking to get something to
249.
the right side with that leadoff man at second to start
What's
the
for
ball
dinner?
game.
We didn't really have much of a dinner tonight.
0-1 count.
I think we had hot dogs. Just simple hot dogs. Vanessa had a salad because of her stomach issues. But 1-2 to Hayward.
And another foul
Fouls
ball.
it off.
If you're on the mound right there and you're getting a swing at a breaking ball off
What are you guys having for dinner
do not be
tonight?
shocked if he's tucked something up under this guy's chin hot right here.
Very early.
Here's another 0-2. Hit in the air down the right
And that
field
will
line.
drop. Foul.
And it's a foul ball.
Ooh, sandwich from Panera. That's Nessa's favorite place.
Working for the punch out.
Ground ball.
Hit to short. Rain
That is
in.
Solano at short tonight. So we'll take a look at the Cubs lineup here. Baez and Hayward. Bryant hitting third. Ian Happ getting the start in center. Contreras behind the plate. Rizzo batting 6th, struggling. Jake Marisnik in left. Eric Sogard hitting 8th in the second hole, or excuse me, in the 8th hole, of course. Dan Winkler. So here is Chris Bryant.
Digging in next will be Chris
He was the
Bryant.
difference maker in yesterday's game. 2-run shot. Can't really pitch into him.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
Fouls that one away. He's been hot, man. 313. It's still on second.
Here's the 0-2.
That's a ball. Well, that's a pitch right there. You gotta just
doesn't
lay
chase.
off. There's a good chance he's gonna throw it on 0-2, and if you can recognize it starting down in the zone, you know it's only going to go down from there.
1-2. Here it comes. Just hung in there on
Dex
that
a little
one.
late. 1-2 still.
Hey, last 2 pitches back-to-back off speed, then he's late on the fastball. He can pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able
They'd
to
be
make a
fouling
little
away again.
contact to keep this at-bat going.
Yeah, a little bit. But it seems like everybody's being successful with their new team.
He'll try again.
I mean, Baez struck out 5 times last night, but
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
I don't know what else the game wants me to do.
Now another 1-2.
Ground ball. There's Toribio, his first action in the field. 2 down.
First, and there were 2 away.
Batting 4th, the center fielder, number 8.
Here is
So
Ian
man
Happ
at
now.
second here with 2 away, and that'll bring up the former first-rounder and Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ.
Got the Giants and Brewers game pulled up in real life because Giants aside, it's an interesting matchup.
Wood sets. Here's the delivery. Fastball just
Ian Happ,
misses. That's ball
1-0.
That evens it up.
Change up
1-1.
gravitating to the center again. Fouled off. Yelich got COVID again. Oh, man. Swing and a
He's
miss.
way
1
off
ball, 2
balance with the
strikes.
swing there.
Got a Suicide Squad movie. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I wish I could turn those off. 1-2 to Ian Happ. Popped him up.
Popped him up.
There's Solano camping under it. That'll do it.
Is there to make the catch, and the side is
Giants
retired.
coming up
Cubs strand
against
1.
Dan
And
Winkler.
now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score.
What game am I watching tonight? Giants Brewers. I got it pulled up.
Dan Winkler will be on the bump for game 2 of the series.
Pretty good numbers for Dan Winkler. 2 and 3. Just a tick under a 3 ERA. Good strikeout to walk.
2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Into the box, Tommy Listello. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The second baseman, Tommy.
Oh god, the shadows are playing a trick on me. My blind self.
Now the pitch. Well, guys, as we look
Still,
at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row.
The Cubs are 27 and 29, third in the Central. They're only a game back.
If they can put together 2 games in a row, a lot of
1 game
positive
back
start happening. You
out
never
of the
know,
Central.
This could be a jump start to big things.
The 1-0 home finds the
Little
zone,
cutter there,
strike
1-1.
1.
Is Adames starting tonight? I think he is. I haven't paid much attention. He should be. cutter.
Just a tick behind for a strike.
I can check. I know how to check. 1-2 to Listello. We're trying to figure him out at the top of the lineup. Can't get it. Strikes out.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best.
Of course, Avisil Garcia goes yard, and I didn't start him tonight. So here's Alex Dickerson now.
And that'll bring up the big bat of Alex Dickerson. The runner play here at an even 250.
Let's see here.
14 driven in.
Is Adamas playing? He is. He is playing. Batting second tonight. Man, I've had the worst luck at starting people the last couple days.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And a fastball.
Really needed that home run.
Here, and it's even at 1. Now time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight.
Didn't start Avisil tonight
in my opinion,
because he didn't have good numbers against Webb.
To fall into a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Dickerson 1-2.
Open up that outside corner, especially with left-handed batters.
Umpire's been awful behind the plate this year. No, umpires have been oddly. I think I said it before. I said it's like they're trying to get replaced.
Here comes the 1-2.
Dickerson's gonna hit that. Oh, right off the glove of Sogard, and Dickerson will make it. And Eric Sogard coming up hurt. Feels something grab on his shoulder on that last play. Not a lot of pain, but MRI will be needed. So Sogard out of the game. There is our, hey, there's my boy, Nico Horner, coming in for Sogard. You're destroying me. Nah, you're gaining ground, man. You are gaining ground on me.
Following the 1-out single.
Trust me, this week's not over yet.
From the belt, kicks and deals.
Wow. All right, that's an interesting squiggle play by Posey, and Dickerson's going to get to third on that. I have no idea what kind of hit that was, or why Rizzo couldn't field that. Maybe it knuckled on him is what I'm going to guess. Let's take a gander at it real quick. It's 12-2. Yeah, but a lot of things are close, though. Home runs are close. RBIs are close. Average is close. OPS. Pretty much everything's close. It's not over. I honestly don't know why Rizzo couldn't field that. That ball was hit so slow. No. Alright, this is our opportunity to score here. 2 on, nobody out. Or, sorry, 1 out. What's up, Sports? They got Dan Winkler starter? Yeah.
Here's the first baseman,
Brandon Belt hits that one high to center field. We're going to tag on it. Here comes the throw from Ian Happ, and that will not even make the pitcher's mound. Giants strike first. Sack fly, Brandon Belt.
Great job there by this power hitter. Known for driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job right there with the sack fly and brings the run home.
Umpires auditor, yeah.
Now it'll be Donovan
I'm still not a fan of the auto strike
Check out
zone.
his righty-lefty splits. No surprise
I mean, I believe you should just get better umpires.
southpaws than he does against right-handers.
That's what I think. Let's get better umpires, you know?
first pitch of the AB now.
So here's Donovan Solano giving Crawford a day off, starting at short.
This pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and create traffic. Puts everybody on edge, not only himself.
So I'm going to miss that cutter. It just dies.
Count even now at 1-1.
What's up, sports? How'd your stream go last night? I didn't get a chance to stay around and watch. Solano will hit that fly ball deep left field. And that will do it. But the Giants get one on a sac fly by Brendan Belt.
Memories being made at the ballpark.
Let's go to the top of the second.
As they should be. We're back to Friday night baseball on the show.
New ump,
After
yeah.
this.
90's not horrible. I mean, you could strive to be higher, but 9 out of 10 is still really good.
Leading off the inning, it'll be Wilson Contreras. They'll look to spark the offense and even things up.
I'm in the unpopular category where, yes, the umpires are really bad this year, but as a pitcher, you've got to just shrug it off and make your next pitch, you know. I have zero empathy on those pitchers that, you know, they're like, oh, that should have been a strike. And then the next pitch, they just throw it right down the middle.
Here's the first pitch to him.
That's going to get by Brendan Belt.
And this is past Belt on down.
Contreras will get held to a single there.
Boy, just when you like to get one of those shutdown innings, the leadoff guy ends up reaching base right
We've
now.
had some pretty good called games this year, though.
Now you have to pitch out of the stretch.
I think it's a tough job.
Something offensive dugout right there, getting that leadoff guy out. So
Here's
many
Rizzo.
options, puts the pitcher on the defensive and in the stretch.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate.
Tapper
Swing, but a little dribbler here to the right side
totally
of the
misplayed that ball.
mound. And he won't even think about
Contreras will get the
second
second on that one down.
first for the shooter out.
Here's the Giants on defense tonight. Dickerson, Dubon, and Duggar in the outfield. Toribio, the rookie, getting his start at third base tonight. Solano at short. Tommy Listello at second. Belt at first. Buster Posey behind the plate. Of course, Alex Wood on the mound. The mound moved back. Really? I haven't seen that. Here's Jake Marisnik now.
Here's Jake Marisnik as he looks at a
Wanna know?
fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. Getting on base, a big problem as you see.
Has it been
that
worse for pitchers or
home runs and 7
for everybody? Ooh, courtesy call by Blue, 1-1. He's going to line that to right field.
And that's in there. Base hit.
They're not going to wave him in here.
And the runner
Cubs have him at the corners, one out.
third, so they're runners at the
For
corners
Horner.
with one away.
Shouldn't have thrown that pitch.
He didn't get jumpy and try and pull it down the left field line. Stayed in there, fought hard, grinded out a nice knock the other way.
If you don't like pitching, it's better. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of what Major League Baseball's aiming for, right? Put the ball in play more. And so here's Nico.
In now is Nico Horner as he looks at a fastball that's in there.
Called
for
strike.
one. And he's got runners at the corners here with
8
only
runs
one
per
gun.
game. Wow. I mean, that's a pretty big jump.
The 0-1 delivery. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Giants have struck first here. They lead it 1-0 as we play the second.
Fastball up, 1-2 to Horner.
Strike 2.
He's coming right after him, Matty. 3 fastballs in a row.
It's nice to see Listello back playing.
Here comes the 1-2.
Ground ball, double play ball, yes. Ooh, we needed that. Defense bailing out Alex Wood.
After this. Stepping up is
So here we go, the rookie. Number 7 prospect, Luis Toribio, his first major league at bat.
at the minor league level to make the opening day roster here.
Yeah, you just don't have the opportunities to fail when they invest minimal money in you. It shows how hard this guy has had to work to grind through the minor leagues. and
Curveball
get to this
strike.
point.
Strike one to start the at-bat.
Went 2 for 5 in his last game in AAA.
And the pitch.
Now, he's only a 64 overall player, but believe it or not, he is our highest ranked third baseman in our farm system,
Gotta be a great
or in our
feeling
organization.
to have that major league jersey on his back, huh?
And he's done exactly that. And I'm sure he's had to prove himself to himself at moments. Had to
Swing
look
and a
in the
miss at the
mirror
curveball.
and decide,
1 and
is this
2.
what I want to do with the rest of my life, grinding it out on the buses in the minor leagues. But it all comes to fruition now, stepping into the batter's box in the big leagues for the first time.
And he's going to strike out on the curveball.
Swinging for wrap number one.
Welcome to the bigs, kid.
Comes up empty in his first major
Second
league
strikeout
at-bat.
for Winkler.
I know he was expecting more, but that's a win. If you can put the ball in play, your first big league
Ah.
AB, and you're able
Rough.
to get that adrenaline and the nerves out of you, that's a win right there.
So here's Dubon now. Just early.
Stepping up to the plate, Mauricio Dubon. He'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. He comes in with that average.
If he starts failing, like really doesn't get it, we'll just call up Jason Vossler again. And then we'll ride with him until the offseason.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for the
All
first
right, let's
strike.
call in the corners today.
I don't blame him for giving up on that curveball. That was a rainbow coming out of the sky. Stole a strike.
He's got very similar batting stats to Steven Duggar. So that's why I have a hope that he can perform. Cutter inside, 2-1.
2 balls and a strike.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He certainly
I think
is
the
trying
biggest
to find
problem
a
with this
way
team
to
is
get
that
the
we're a
opportunity.
contact
He's
team
been
and not really a lot
swinging
of
the high
power.
bats in the game.
Fouled away. Which is ironic because we're dead last in team batting average, which means we don't really make a lot of contact, but we're 4th to last in home runs in the league, which means we're showing a little more power than contact.
Here now the 2-2.
Woo! Full count.
Bases are empty, 1 man out.
Okay. Vossler was alright. I like Vossler.
Fouled
away.
off.
Good at bat by Dubon.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5.
That's the good news about this team in the offseason.
for this offense.
We have plenty of ways we can
After
go.
coming off a curveball, the old push
Ah, don't
and
swing at
power
that.
will be
Ugh.
used.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
Boy, that's the
I make every pitcher look like an ace. That's the problem.
That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that, but most of the time, you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss.
4-1-5,
and
huh?
another strike.
Here's Duggar now. Playing right field. Good timing. We still missed that ball. Okay.
And that'll bring up Steven Duggar. As the first pitch
Playing right
misses
field
to
tonight.
ball
Yastrzemski
one.
getting a day off.
Bounce already on the K this inning, so he'll be looking to do better.
Don't know who the Cubs have going in Game 3.
One and 0 pitch on the way. Just off the
2-0.
outside that time, laid off for a ball. 2 out, nobody on.
Oh, yeah, pitching. Yeah. We're pretty much going to reset our pitching next year. That's why we're needing Logan Webb to improve.
Well, he knows it, but this is the kind of guy you just have to go right after. he's not the biggest threat with the bat, so it's time to challenge him right here.
A baby Duggar.
Into center field, line drive
See how
base
knocked.
hit.
Fortunately, the pitcher's on deck, but that's all right.
Count on 3-0 and gets on base to keep the inning alive.
Hitting's too unpredictable. You just kind of have to hope you get good players. Look at me with the Yastrzemski. I've missed so many times with him on pitches I feel like I shouldn't have missed.
Now a throw over to
Not
first,
going to be
and
stealing.
the runner back in standing.
Got some good players, though, coming up. You know, Fernando Del Villar, Raul Batista,
To plate now, Alex Wood.
Elliot Ramos is starting to gain some momentum in Double-A.
It's strike one.
We've got a good player at almost every position. They're just at different levels of improvement.
0-1, here it comes.
1, 2.
And they go right after him here as he swings and misses. Strike two.
That's just how I feel.
He is in complete command out on the mound today. He's got
I don't know if
all
I'm right or
corners
not,
locked
but
in,
that's just
and
how
now
I
he's
feel.
raising eye levels to boot.
Throw over to first. Duggar is off of first with two away.
Nice stop by Contreras.
The dirt here. Good job there as the count goes to 1 and 2.
It's already been a good at bat for Alex Wood.
Man, this at bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2.
Oh yeah, we're going to be heavy buyers in the offseason.
Not chasing those pitches just off.
Count on it.
From the belt, the pitch.
Oh, I didn't mean to swing at that.
Missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning
But I
is
did.
over.
Oh, well.
Giants leave
I don't think Alex Wood was really going to do much with the bat anyway. That's alright. Still lead 1-0 after 2. But yeah, we're definitely going to be heavy buyers in the offseason.
Leading off the inning, it'll be Dan Winkler. They could use a spark from
I would actually like to fill our pitching staff with free agents, if you will.
wheels and deals. Here's the first
Because we're going to have money.
and he jumps at
A lot of money.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
And there's ball one.
Because I don't think our pitchers like Seth Corey. He's still in Double-A. Are you going to move, Duggar? Okay. Interesting game. Couldn't move my player there. So that's a hit for Winkler. All right. Awesome.
Hey, this is perfect storm
Um,
here. This is how big innings
but-
start. You put a crooked number up.
There's one pitcher in the minors right now that's really... He's kind of surpassing... He's overperforming. So...
And that brings up Javi Baez, as he
His name is Geraldo Garabio.
was strike.
I think that's his name.
Nobody out, runner up.
He's in AAA right now, and he's 6-0 with a 1.8 ERA. He's not really an A potential pitcher either. That's what makes it surprising.
Takes it for a ball.
Do I know who some free agents are? Not really. I just know we're going to be aggressive.
Hit in the air
Gonna
down
hook
the
foul.
right field line. And it's a
I'm going to have to
foul
be
ball.
aggressive to keep up with this Padres and Dodgers team. That perfect Dodgers team. That's what they are. They're perfect.
1-2.
Out of the way. We're gonna have a lot of money. Like if we don't keep Buster, if we don't keep Buster Posey and Brendan Belt, that combined is about $37 million right there.
Fouled away.
a lot of guys, another reason that we're going to be financially flexible is a lot of players that I do want to keep are under team control, so their salary is not really going to go up exponentially.
Another 1-2 delivery.
How are you making contact with this, man? You know, like Dubon, I still want to keep Dubon.
Making him sweat out there. The 7th
Very
pitch
late, and
coming
you
up.
still made contact. Okay. What are you up to, game? Didn't chase that, though.
This is ball
Okay.
2.
But,
To take a pitch like that right there,
you know, of
especially
course,
in a
Joey
1-2
Bart.
count, you almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
2-2 now to Baez.
Reyes Maranta out of the bullpen. He's going to be pretty cheap.
I know the fans love the souvenirs, but the battle between the pitcher and batter right
Why are
here
you
is
building
what
up my
makes
pitch count now? Probably going to regret doing this.
2-2 one more time.
Swing and a miss.
And
Surprisingly, I
missed
didn't.
on strikes.
First strikeout for Alex Wood. But yeah, we're so financially flexible.
One out now, and that'll bring up the multi-gold glover Jason Hayward.
Like I said, free season's... Or free season. Off season's free game. If they're out there, I'm going to go after them.
Becomes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
Bart, dope. Hayward's 0 for 1.
And it's fouled away.
I think the only thing I won't address, this is just thinking off the top of my head, I think the only two positions that I'm not going after are catcher and closer. Everything else is, you know, there to change, you know.
2 gone.
I would really like to try to get Jordan Hicks. He's on the trade block right now from the Cardinals, but I'm not. They're not wanting a fair trade for him. I'm not going to give them Kurt Casale for.
2 down with a runner at first.
That's just not a fair trade. Kurt Casale for an A potential guy like Jordan Hicks. That's just not. I'm not going to do that trade. That's not a fair trade. So. Introduced to a school. Yeah, no, it was. I don't really know what to say.
Wood sets. Here's the delivery.
His teachers were very nice.
Listello.
He's kind of got two teachers. He's got the main teacher and he's got an assistant teacher.
1 left for the Cubs.
There's 16 kids in his room, so that's nice. What's really weird is that there's 13 boys. 13 out of 16 are boys. But school's very nice. First time I've ever been in that school. So I'm very excited. I think Monday's gonna have me holding my breath because Leo and his fits are still around, and I just don't want the school calling me on the first day saying, "Yeah, your son's got some issues." So, even though he doesn't, he just doesn't understand this system. I actually took off work for Monday, just in case there's issues. So, of course, my work being my work, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be unpaid." Fine, whatever.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
But
Tommy
I don't know what else to say. It's just
Listello
I think Vanessa's gonna cry the first day.
He became a member of this team after signing as a free agent earlier this
She's already
season.
told me that.
Yeah, he didn't have an opportunity to really get acclimated to this ball club. Showing up during
By
the
the way.
season is not always easy. Opening the doors to a big league clubhouse and trying to get.
Yeah, we got our schedule, like how their schedule's gonna be in the middle of the day or throughout the day. And one thing that I do like about their schedule,
2 quick strikes and now the 0-2.
Listello hits that hard to left field, and that will be caught by Marisnik. 1 down. One thing that I do like is they have recess at like 10:30 in the morning. As there's our schedule coming up, by the way.
So with 1 gone, a reminder
Um,
Giants baseball continues
They have recess at 10:30, and I like that because, you know, obviously it's not hot at 10:30 in the morning, so by the time they start coming in, then it'll start to get on the warmer side. Have lunch, and then they have nap time or something. Snack time, nap time. So.
Here's the first pitch.
Monday's going to be a very stressful day. Exciting, but stressful.
The 1-0 delivery.
Come on, Dickerson. You got to do something with that, man.
One out, nobody on.
That ball hit left center field. Hat giving chase, and he will miss it. And Dickerson's going to go for 3 here. Here's a throw from Baez. Perfect relay every time. Wow, that wasn't even close. I thought I was going to make that. Oh, good play. Good play, though. Had to take a perfect relay. Posey is going to swing at the first pitch. Ground out to Bryant. Throws to first. That'll do it. Jorge Mateo. He's former Padre, isn't he?
And now here is Ian Happ as the switch hitter will bat right-handed.
Does he imagine pretty good? Yeah. He's gotten... I know this is going to make me sound bad, but he's gotten really good at, you know, playing toys by himself. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think the thing that I'm going to miss the most is when he starts school, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to be by myself for like the first half of the day. So I'm just going to be like, oh, there's nobody to hang out with. So, a little sad. But I'm excited for him. I really am.
Now the 1-0 is looked at for ball number 2.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here.
2-0 to Ian Happ.
5 and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Fly ball, right field. Duggar's got it.
Well, he's going to haul this one in on the run as he winds up just shy of the wall for the first out. All right, so time for the Giants.
Now, there's our road to the show report. I haven't seen this in a while, right? River Cats, we lost. But the Flying Squirrels feed the curve, man. We've had some good-looking players down there. Virtually an only child. Older sister of 9 years. Now, he does really good with imagination, you know.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Contreras fouls off.
On the first pitch, he grounds
He says he's excited. And the first day we get to walk him to his classroom, it's going to be... Whew. That is going to be a thing.
The windup and the 0-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
One-on-one on Wilson Contreras.
And this
Good
is
one.
low, ball 2.
Forgot they don't chase out of that box. They always hit it when it's in the box, but... Jammed him. Right field. Duggar's under it. He's been busy tonight. 2 down.
So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an
And the other
appropriate
parents
time
and
to check
kids.
out our pitch
Oh, yeah, no,
these
it's...
two starters.
We're not too concerned.
Both guys are well into the 90s, 95 on one hand and just 2 miles an hour.
He's
slower
done...
on
The
other.
biggest gripe they had about him at daycare, and it's a fair gripe, is that he just... he did not want to take naps. Like, he refused to lay down. That was their biggest issue, was he just didn't want to take naps. But we've been working with him this week on a routine to get him ready. So, we'll see if he's ready Monday.
Woods ready. Here's the pitch.
Check swing called strike. I don't know why they have Rizzo's hair long. I'm so bugged by that. Going to Puerto Rico? No, you didn't. Leaving Wednesday? Oh man, that's gonna be fun. How long you staying?
And the pitch.
I think one of Vanessa's bosses are vacationing in Puerto Rico right now. That dude is one strung up person. But as he should be. You'd have to kill me to have his job. 1-2 to Anthony. Didn't chase that one. 2-2. Going for a whole week. Heck yeah, man. Have fun. Feels good to unwind, doesn't it? Oh, Damas just made an error. I'm going to assume that's an error.
And he fouls this one off.
That looks like an error.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece.
Full count.
2-2 is a changeup that misses 3-2.
Yeah, man. Stay safe. Have
Don't
fun.
see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Now the payoff pitch home.
Got away with one there. Here's the 3-2. Do it again.
Still full, 3-2.
Hey, usually
God, we're at
the
60
second time
pitches
through
here in the
you
fourth
start
inning.
seeing an incorporation of some
Not
more
great.
off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Payoff pitch one more time.
Wish I got this luck, man.
No runs, 4 hits. No errors so far.
Oh, no, dude. That's perfectly fine. You enjoy yourself. Take time to unwind, man. I would be insulted if you were in here while you're on vacation. Are you kidding me? Swing and a miss. Rizzo goes down. I'm so surprised he swung at that.
Pitch there, and the inning is over. Cubs are down in order. They trail this one.
Bottom fourth, 1-0 Giants. Yeah, don't worry about that, Gabe. Everything will be uploaded so you can catch up.
Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And set to go is the veteran first baseman, Brandon Belt.
Oh, Padres are running away with this division. Belt had a sacrifice fly.
Set here
His
it
last
goes.
at bat.
Lays off 1-0.
I know. I still have that clip of giving you a shout out. I was going through my clips the other day, and I was just like, why was this clip? Why was this clip? Then I found that one when you were in Vegas.
Like this than he does against southpaws. Could be a comfort thing. Maybe he just picks up the ball a little better, but that's the book on him at this point. The 1-1.
We are struggling to hit these pitches in the zone, man. Get to see some family when you're there. Man, make sure to take some not of your family, but make sure to take some pictures of Puerto Rico, man. Very interested. Whatever you feel like taking. It's always cool to see somebody go do something.
Popped up.
Popped him up, man. Can we please get someone that can hit the ball?
There's one gone.
Guys, one run is not going to do this. I know it's not.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that
You lost another $100 because of me. Yeah, buddy.
Get up to it. So that was an easy pop out. Well executed pitch there.
So now to the plate, Donovan Solano.
Baby Solano, that ball hit hard left center field, and that's going to get down.
Center fielder.
Ground rule double, Donovan Solano.
Bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double.
Pretty good swing right there as he drives this.
I think Ian Happ was shaded a little more to the right for some reason.
He can just walk into second base with a ground rule double.
Here's Toribio now. Struck out in his first at bat.
In now, Luis Toribio. As he'll
Toribio.
try to get back on the swing.
That's different. I haven't heard it said that way.
Toribio, a native of the Dominican Republic.
I've heard Toribio. Alright, well, obviously I need to go back to my pronunciation. As that ball hit high and deep to right field. Out of here! Luis Toribio, welcome to the majors. Forgot to screen cap his first home run. That's alright.
Any kid who's ever dreamed about playing this game dreams exactly this. Watching the ball disappear over the fence, then
Atta baby. 3-0 Giants.
he'll be replaying that at bat over and over in his head. And now his phone's gonna blow up. He'll be calling his parents, his buddies, everybody.
I questioned actually if that really got out of here. Congratulations, Luis Toribio. Good stuff. Look at that replay. I had questioned if that ball got out of here. Oh, man. I don't think that's a home run. It hit like right on the corner. I don't think that's a home run. We might have been gifted a home run. We're just going to ignore that and carry on. Luis Toribio, as vsCubs said. I'll have to go back through my pronunciations. Steve Bond's going to swing at the first pitch. Hayward will get it. 2 down.
The right fielder, number 6, Steven.
Take it while you can, yeah. That's
So
true.
2 away for the Giants here in the 4th, and that'll bring up the outfielder Steven Duggar.
Any part of the ball is the rule. Well, here's the part I don't get, though.
He's set and the pitch.
I mean, I'll take it. I'm not complaining. But, like, let's just say that was the yellow line like you see on any of the other fences you see in the ballparks. If it bounces back in, it's always in play. So why is that the case there?
Three runs, 6 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point.
Like, for example, at Wrigley, if it bounces off the front of the basket, it's not a home run. I mean, I'll take it. I don't care. I'll take it. I'm just, you know.
The 2-1.
About the yellow line. Like, if you go to any other ballpark that has the yellow line on top of the fence, if it hits that yellow line and bounces back in play, it's not a home run. So why is it a home run there? Full count to Duggar.
Well, that pitch was like a backdoor cutter, if you will.
I mean, like I said, I'll take it. I'm happy for the kid, man.
Cuts back to the corner. That's a tough pitch to hit if you could throw it for a strike.
Luis Toribio. Someone please tell me if I'm saying that wrong.
Now the 3-2 pitch.
Duggar stings that one
Turned
foul.
on, but it's wide at first and foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
But Alex Wood feels good about that.
Swung on
Duggar
and
strikes
missed,
out.
and that's the final out of the inning.
But hey, Luis Toribio
Bye-bye,
gets his
baby.
first home run of his career.
Should get another
2-run shot.
dinger. We played 4. It's now 3-0 San Francisco.
How about that? Kid coming through.
Back, Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. In between
Sad baseball
innings, I was
season's
able to
coming to
catch
an
up
end.
with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far, and he really emphasized that they're not doing a
Yeah,
very good
'cause,
job
like,
capitalizing on runs
I just
scored
don't think that's the thing. Like, if it bounces on the yellow line and it bounces back in play, then it's in play. They don't consider that a home run, right?
He also says he likes the way his guys are responding to the adversity. It seems as though they're keeping their energy and mood
Maybe
up.
there's something
So we'll
different.
see if they can start coming through with some big hits as we go forward.
All right, Heidi, thank you.
Hey, I'm not complaining. We'll take it. We will take it.
Here's the first pitch. Jake Marisnik is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning 1-0.
It's okay, you love
Pitcher wants
football.
to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the
Football's
momentum
alright.
his batters have.
I'm not much of a football fan. I'm as casual as you can get, man.
The 1-0 is in there
1-1.
for strike 1.
I'm as casual as a football fan as you can get. Like, every now and then I'll be like, oh, here's an interesting game. I'll just watch it. But it's more for background.
The 1-1.
Like, if you say, oh my god, did you see what Lamar Jackson did? I'll be like, I didn't.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes.
Ground ball, Toribio.
Reined in. And the 5th
One
inning
down.
will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Miss my Jags franchise. I don't know. Maybe Madden 22 will offer me something.
So 1 down, no one aboard. And up next, Nico Horner.
Should we give the Jags another shot, maybe? I don't know.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
I missed, I forgot to take the screenshot of when it said his first career home run, so I'm very mad at myself about that. But I can't forget to get a screen cap of him before I end the game.
The windup and the 0-1. Soft
For
ground
Discord
left
purposes.
side. Gonna be a tough
It's
play.
Toribio.
Very quickly
Good
here,
arm.
they're 2 gone to start the inning.
Dude, it boggles my... Well, actually, no, it doesn't. But it bugged me how bad I was at Madden. Like, I get not being good because it's something I don't play, but dear God, I just was not learning anything. Good Lord, Miles Straw is 3 for 4, and of course I didn't start him.
Into the box, Dan Winkler. He
Well, how about
swings and
Winkler?
sends it in the air to right center field. In there, a base hit.
2 out hit. Winkler's 2 for 2.
Hey, we came into this one wondering how he was going to throw on the mound. That all goes out the window.
Yeah, no, I'm running through Streamlabs. I guess I can go back and take the screenshot. I think it's got that screenshot feature. I can't get tempted by the bomb. Hey, man, those 50-yard bombs are awesome. Oh, boy, here's Javi. We are not done.
Here's Javier Baez. Yes, he'll take a
That's
look.
unrealistic. He'd
0-1.
swing at that.
A hit and 2 tries for him so far.
It's 10-3. I'm telling you, man. I'm going to keep making bad decisions, and you're going to come back.
Here it comes, 1-0.
Wow.
Extends nicely, and this ball's driven to right field and deep. third and being waved on home.
All right, Baez. It's Cubbies on the board.
There with their first run, and it's cut to 3-1 now. So much of this game is situational.
Well, he just went down there and got it.
Yeah, you've got to find a
Or
way
the
to
game
get
gave
your
it to him.
teammates up
I don't know where that.
given the chance, and he doesn't
Anyway.
try to do too much right
Good
here.
hit by
He
Baez.
just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Oh, he went down there and got it. All right, we're getting the bullpen warm up. Hayward hits a home run here. I'm going to be questioning some things.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As he'll take a
Ball
look
one.
at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far.
Just the highlight reel. Was that the one where he, like, mooned the crowd?
A high
1-1.
fastball is in there.
Yeah, this will be Alex Wood's last inning.
Now a look and a throw back to second.
Just to see where Baez is at.
He's back in there. Both teams with 6 hits so far. Breaking pitch and this bounces in front of the
2-1. All of a sudden.
Wood sets and the pitch.
Fly ball, center field, Dubon. He's got it.
No trouble for
And that'll do it. Cubs get one. Thanks to Javi Baez. Wall banger of a double there.
Cubs pick up a
Yeah, that
run
actually
on the
does look like a
RBI
Baez
double.
hit. So
Middle of the night here at China Basin. It's the Giants 3.
China
and the
Basin?
Cubs
What the heck?
1. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and that left-handed pitcher.
caught a flea flicker pass, almost outrunning it. Oh, really? Okay. Guess I'll have to go find that then. All right, that'll be it for Alex Wood. Let's bring in. Let's bring in Yaz to. Yeah, let's bring in Yaz to pinch hit.
Mike Yastrzemski will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Well, Ian Happ has 93 power versus righties? Okay. Didn't know that, not gonna lie. Let me bring in Brebbia.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Yaz is gonna sting that. That's gonna be against the shift. Left center field gap. We are gonna hold Yastrzemski at second this time. How about a leadoff double for Yaz?
So he's into second here with the double to kick off the home 5th. And you see there on your
There's your
screen,
team leaders in doubles right there.
best on this giant ball club.
Yaz number 3. 3 catches, 165 yards, and 3 TDs. John Madden's like, bam.
Chicago skipper now up
That'll be it for Dan Winkler. Cubs going to the bullpen.
looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all.
Probably
for
unlike
the
real
start
life, they're
tonight.
still intact.
So he'll depart after working just 4+ innings, as this will not go down as a quality start, that's for sure.
Both pitchers
Robert
really going
Stock,
5. Robert Stock, look at that. Coming in from the pen.
15th appearance of the year.
There's his numbers right there. His 15th game. Just in time for the top of the lineup here in Tommy Listello.
Here's Tommy Listello now.
And Listello, deep to right. This one is a bona fide homer. 2-run shot. Listello. Splashdown, baby.
A 2-run blast.
Kind of felt that one coming.
8th home run on the season for him as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
all people to show power has to be Tommy Listello.
Well, the skipper called on him for a reason.
Good for him.
And I can guarantee you one thing. That was not what he had in mind. First pitch, and it was out.
Splash down, baby.
That's a rough way to start your day at the office as a reliever.
Standing in now, Alex Dickerson.
Just swings and misses.
To the first pitch fastball, 0-1. His career numbers
Wink it
against this
down was
pitcher
way
are
out.
not a big sample size, 0 for 1.
Well then. I was kidding earlier. I actually didn't see that coming.
Here's the 0-1.
Now Corey Dickerson! Sorry, Alex Dickerson deep to right.
Making a play on that ball. It's
Back-to-back jacks.
back home run.
That's not Corey. That's Alex Dickerson. Get your players right, me.
A solo shot here to straightaway right field.
Whew.
Home run number 5 on the year, and it's now
That has got to feel good for Dickerson, who's been hitting the ball very hard, but not over the wall. How about a 6-1 lead for your Giants?
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same
Gigante
inning.
blast.
Yourself, you're missing over the heart of the plate.
434.
Here's Buster Posey now. As the first pitch to him is taken low.
Well, I bet this is not what David Ross had in mind when he brought in stock.
For him at this point in the ballgame.
Alright, so we could change up our idea here a little bit. Weiser would be my regular move here. Actually, it probably will be Revia. Eric Dickerson goes, yeah, I know, I did say Corey Dickerson. I keep getting them wrong. Keep getting them mixed up.
Here it comes, 1-0. 3 runs already home here.
We have scored more runs tonight than we have in our previous, 3 games. Swing and a miss, the changeup.
Makes him jump, a swing and a miss. Fouled away.
98, man. Stock is rearing back.
Here's another 1-2. Hit out
Ground
to
ball
second.
right to Horner.
Cleanly.
That's the first out of the inning right there.
One away. Next, it'll be Brandon Belt. He got under one and popped out his last time up.
Come on, baby. Nice to see Brandon Bell hit one out here.
First delivery to him.
Mm-hmm.
Starts him with a good rising fastball.
Ooh, we missed that one somehow.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good. His timing is right there, and I expect him to catch something clean.
Want a carrot.
Fastball gets the upper
Our
part
jerseys
of the
are
field for
orange,
strike 2.
so.
Hey, that's a heck of a pitch right there. Big velocity up and in for a strike, too. I mean, you saw this guy flinch at the plate. He was thinking that
Inside, 1 and 2.
but then to get it popped to strike is tough.
Giants have exploded for 3 runs here in the inning. After David Ross pulled Dan Winkler.
Inside with the slider and
I'm surprised he brought in stock, to be honest. I thought he would bring in Tapera.
now the pitch.
Well, maybe not Tapera. He's more of a 7th inning guy.
Foul ball as it holds it 2-2.
Guess it depends on
Still only one out
who's in
here.
that bullpen.
Again,
He's
sends it
hanging
out
these
of play.
pitches, man. our creamy orange.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch.
All right, 0-2 to full count. Solano on deck.
This one frustrate the heck out of the pitcher. But you got to find a way to stay composed and execute the plan.
Oh my God.
Swing and a miss for route number 2, and a ball he had
Well,
no chance
I deserve
of
that.
making contact.
Sorry, Belt.
Boy,
It's on me,
he's
man.
having a hard time just putting the ball in play right now. He took the hat trick with 3 strikeouts yesterday, and here's another one today. Looks to me like he just needs to simplify his approach and focus
That's the
on
pitch I expected him to throw.
And it's fouled away. He's working
Oops.
on a 1-for-2 game so far.
Breaking news. Swing and a miss the changeup.
That one, he's in a quick hold, 0-2.
Man, it's a pitcher you have to love pitching.
Whatever the officials of the Washington
Multiple
football
ways,
team.
Up, down, in and out, throw the breaking ball. A lot of different ways to get guys out.
0-2 to Solano.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Shouldn't have swung. I knew that was going to be out of the zone, and yet I swung at it anyway.
And the inning is over.
But hey, speaking of swinging,
Another good inning for the Giants.
how about back-to-back homers by Tommy Listello and Alex Dickerson, making it 6-1.
After this.
We go to the top of the 6th. Who would represent Giants? Oh, stop.
John Brebbia takes over to start the 6th inning on the
Oh,
mound.
stop it. Okay, he was warm. I don't know why he's cold now. Uh-oh. This video's gonna get muted on YouTube because that stupid music's playing. That's a shame. It's going to stop. That's fine. I don't care. Doesn't affect my life in any way, shape, or form.
If you look at their win percentage or something like that right now, gotta be honest, the odds are obviously
Not gonna lie, man. Waking up saying, you know what, I need to wear a Native American headdress isn't exactly on top of my list.
Maybe they don't, but I want to see what kind of at-bats they put together. This is where you have to lock in as a team. Every guy has to
0-1.
go up to the plate and have a good, productive AB to get this team going.
Everyone just needs to chill about all this crap that's going on in sports right now. Just take a chill pill.
It's still
Relax.
that first strike, and now you go to work, just picking apart the corners.
Doesn't affect your life in any way, shape, or form.
And he is cruising now. It's 0-2.
Doesn't affect mine.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen of this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Oh, no. Can I be honest with you? And this tells you how much I don't pay attention to the NFL. I didn't even know people were... That ball's into the gap. I didn't even know that they wore Native American headdress at
Takes the turn and heads for second.
um,
Arms pumping. He's hustling for third.
Washington games. I had no idea.
Is in
That tells you how much I don't pay attention.
Dan, after that base
There's
hit
Chris
right
Bryant
there,
hitting a
you
triple,
got
by the way.
6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could be
What name they'll choose? Man, they're never going to choose a name. They're never going to choose a name.
for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native.
Dude, who knows? We may go after Chris Bryant in the offseason. Make him our third baseman. Just like the real Giants did. Swing and a miss.
Gets him out in front.
Unlike the real life Cubs, I'll pay him money.
This is where, as a batter, you got to find a way to put something in the outfield.
Is there any hints of what they could choose as a name? Like, you know, for example, the Cleveland, you know, a lot of people thought that Cleveland would be, you know, the Spiders.
Now the 0-2 pitch.
Swing and a miss. There goes Ian Happ. That looks like an Ian Happ at bat right there.
With a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations.
Or Baez.
these days.
Probably not Baez. We got Will Wilson that should be ready.
Such a tough pitch as you're changing eye level
We've got some really good shortstops.
Looks so enticing to hit.
Prospects.
You see that ball as a hitter, do you think you can drive it?
Like, is there...
Really hard.
Like, if you had to rename the Washington football team, what would you rename them? Seeing how you're an NFL guy. I'm not really. Good Lord, the Giants only get 3 days off in August? My God. That is a rough-looking schedule. The football team.
Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras.
Nice slider there. 0-1 to Contreras.
Striking the knees, it's 0-1. He's 1 for 2 in this one.
The football team. I'm just curious, you know, like, I really don't know, like, would they be called, like, I don't know, Washington Hard Hats? I don't know. Just throwing stuff out there. Washington Bill Makers? Ooh, the Washington Gerrymanders. That's it. That's what they should be called, because they're waiting forever to change something. That's what they should be. Wow, how did Contreras make contact with that? That's foul. The Wolverines? Washington Wolverines, huh? It would be ironic if they wanted to change their name to the Guardians.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Wow, really close pitch on 0-2. That just missed, and if he hits that spot right there again, he might get the call next time.
I was trying to think.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-battle continues.
Washington Sea Snails. I don't know. The Washington Heavy Traffic. That's it. That's a good one. I'm voting for that one.
And he fouls this
Washington
one off.
Heavy Traffic.
One out and a runner on third.
Ooh, did he go? Ooh, he rang him up.
A look down, and no, he went around. It's strike 3.
All right.
This is why it's
Appreciate
so
that.
hard to be successful as a hitter.
The Diplomats, Washington Diplomats.
1 and 2, you're probably expecting
That'd be
some
funny.
sort of off-speed pitches, but when the pitcher
Washington
offers up a hard
Senators.
fastball,
No, they can't do that,
it's
right?
pretty
No,
hard
you
to
can't do
adjust
that.
and catch up to it.
Anthony Rizzo stands in.
Swing and a miss.
He'll get caught
Washington
chasing that one.
Representatives.
Strike
I don't know.
one. 0 for 2 from himself.
I'm just throwing crap out there. I have no idea. You could tell me they'd be called the Washington Rabbits, and I'd believe you.
From the belt, kicks and deals.
Foul away.
Fouled off.
How about John Brabia coming in with 2 strike? Hey, that's not a true statement.
Men on third with 2 down.
Maybe they show just rubbing it in. Spent an entire 10-year career with the Cubs. Not anymore.
A ball and 2 strikes to Anthony Rizzo.
Those were 2 great
Yeah, the Washington
pitches
Rabbits, right?
there away from
And then they could use orange-colored skin, like orange-colored skins, orange-colored uniforms. Good Lord, freaking kill me. Should not be playing this game on 4 hours of sleep.
High and tight, 2-2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off speed.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ooh, hung that one. Rizzo fouls it off. They could have the carrot-colored uniforms. It's brilliant.
The 2-2 one more time.
Aquamarine with it? Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's design their jerseys. Ooh, got away with that one. Full count. Marisnik on deck.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings
Where's
where
their
nothing
stadium
comes
at?
easy.
I mean, I'm assuming, is it in Washington, D.C., or where is it?
Been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Rizzo.
Neither guy giving
Swing and a miss. How about Brebbia coming in? Gives up the triple and then strikes out the next 3 guys.
They trail 6-1.
Brebbia's been legit since being called up.
Bottom of the
I'm okay with
6th
Guardians.
inning on its
Yeah, me
way.
too.
First, here's Heidi White.
Now that I know why they did it,
Thanks, Matt.
I'm
Between
okay with
innings,
it.
I was able to discuss the current state of the Giants lineup with their manager Gabe Kapler, and overall,
people said that the name's boring, but you can't forget that we have teams in the Major League Baseball called the Boston Red Sox, the Chicago White Sox. You know, I don't buy the boring thing, you know.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
So here's Luis Toribio.
Luis Toribio is coming off a home run.
His
in
first
at bat. This has certainly
Major League home run in his last at bat.
been a show for him.
Oh, there's definitely some diamonds that fall through the cracks, and this is obvious.
Hopefully this kid's got a bright future with us.
Late round draft picks that have had to work so hard to get here.
Wow. Right back to the pitcher. He will be thrown out. So no back-to-back homers for him. Name you picked after Spider. Oh yeah, no. I didn't guess Guardians. I just saw people were saying that, and I'm like, why are people saying that?
From the stretch.
99. Wow, they kept stock in there, huh? Oh, and 1.
Here comes the 0-1.
Popped him up.
Popped up. Contreras is under
2
it.
quick
He
outs.
hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Oh, I'm not gonna doubt you. I'm pretty sure you did. Officially, it's in Virginia.
Digging in
Wow,
next,
okay.
Steven Duggar, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Ready to deal. Here comes the
Swing
first
and a
pitch.
miss by Duggar.
Good pitch there as he gets him to swing underneath it. for
Washington
strike.
Outlaws.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so.
That was more of like a Texas feel to me.
Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a
Yeah, 1 and 2.
roll over something.
Count is 1-2 now.
A big bone with Manfred. I think a lot of people do. Oh my God! Stop swing. Why am I swinging at that? I keep swinging at that tonight.
Giants are down 1-2-3.
Well, hey, after 6, we're up 6-1. Mud runners.
New inning set to get underway, and next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Jake Marisnik.
Yeah, you probably have a proper bone to pick with them, like I do with Walmart. I hate Walmart
He's ready.
so
Here's
much.
the first pitch. And he takes a pitch that's
I stock Walmarts with Frito, but I hate them.
strike zone there. It's 0-1.
Yeah, I remember you were saying something about that. How they taking their jobs overseas or whatever. Outsourcing their jobs. Same place, different result? Wow, he literally painted that pitch in the same spot. That's amazing. First one was called a strike. I don't call a ball. Why do I hate Walmart? Just a lot of reasons. I'm not saying people that work there are assholes, but Walmart really pushes the asshole mentality on their quote-unquote leaders. I have a lot of reasons why I don't like Walmart. One of them is interestingly similar to what Amish has an issue with Manfred about that company.
Ready to deliver the 1-2.
I could tell that story later, though. Hey, who was that hit a homer? Was that Belt? Yeah. Brendan Belt. Yeah, I don't hate the people that work at Walmart. Necessarily. Whew. 4 strikeouts for Brebbia. Good done, son.
All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with a strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
One of our senators, Minnesota senators, I'm assuming, wrote Manfred and one of the principal owners for Padres responsible for complaint grievance over the money difference. It's always about money, man.
At the plate, Nico Horner.
Ball one.
Take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
Yeah, but companies don't care about that. They just care about their bottom line.
High in the air down the right field line. Duggar giving chase. He tracks it down and makes the play.
That's just what I think. People think differently, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. It's just how I feel about it. I don't like the excuse of, oh, it's cheaper labor over there. I mean, I get it that you can get away with a lot more over there when it comes to, like, funneling money for safety and workers' wages and stuff like that. But eventually that's going to change. 2-0. Matt Duffy coming in, by the way. Woo! Sorry, I sneezed. Hey, baby Listello! Bada bing, bada boom. He's doing it all. Nice job, Tommy Listello. There's Tapera coming in for the Cubs here. This will be his 31st game of the year. He's been a busy man. 1-1. 3.33 ERA. That will be it for Brebbia. Let's bring in Bart. Let's get him in the bat.
Joey Bart is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the 7th.
There's this country even worse economically. Well, there's 2 things about that.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
Hi, baby Bart. That ball hit hard center field, but Hap will get it. 1 pitch, 1 out. Number 1, China's going to overtake us economically no matter what we do anyway. Like, it's just going to happen. If it hasn't happened already. Not a baby kangaroo. Joey! And number 2, our economy is improving more than what people want to give it credit for. Because, shocker, shocker, it's not their color president. And I mean color as in Republican and Democrat. You know. It's really funny how people want to blame Biden on things, but they don't give him credit for the jobs. So, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, we're all hypocrites. That's all we all are. Me included. I'm wrapping myself in that as well. When it comes to politics, every single person is a hypocrite. Stella picked by Rizzo. Goes to Tapera, 2 down. You know, no one's going to talk about that we're at 5%, 5.5% unemployment, which has been the lowest unemployment we've had since like last August, but no one's going to say anything about that. They're just going to be like, oh, I bet Trump will do better. You know, that's just how we are. And it bugs me. I'm not saying you have to like the guy, but I don't like Joe Biden. I didn't vote for him. But for God's sakes, man, 5.5, the economy's going up. It's going up. That's what it's doing. 0-2.
Quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2.
Now the housing bubble is probably going to burst at some point. That's only a matter of time, right?
Got him
All right.
swinging, and that's the third
Dickerson
out.
strikes out. That'll do it.
Giants down in order. They lead it 6.
Dadgummit, I didn't warm anyone up. Guys got me talking all crazy. Let's see here. Let's bring in... Whoops. Let's bring in Tropiano for a couple innings.
Summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Yeah, and you probably won't. It's just going to get way worse before it gets better. Like, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait for the housing bubble to pop to afford something.
Versatile weapon, Javier Baez.
I really do think that. That's what some people down here in, like, North Georgia are talking about. How, like, they're building a neighborhood. Like, there's a neighborhood being built, like, 5 miles to my west right now. And just to give you a difference of, I'm not saying income, but, like, of how much those houses cost. We bought the house we live in now for $100,000. Like, even. Well, it's technically $99,900. But it was roughly $100,000. Those houses that are being built 5 miles to my west are like 1,000 square feet. Ours is 1,600. Like, those houses are like 1,000 square feet, and they cost about $250,000 to $300,000. And I just
He's ready. Here's the first pitch.
blows my mind. I wouldn't buy that.
High slider laid off for a ball.
Saved over 34. Nice. And tips. You got to start somewhere, right? It's really good.
The 1-0.
And we got really lucky with ours.
Field line.
The people that we bought the house from,
This is just gonna wind
they were
up
going
being
through a
foul
divorce, so
ball.
they just wanted to sell it, and they were willing to pay the closing cost and everything. So we didn't have to make any kind of roughly. I think we put $500 down.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch.
I think that's what we put down, and that was it.
It's 1-2.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball.
Like, we got, I cannot emphasize how lucky we got on our house.
Here comes the 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
Yeah, no closing costs. We were getting ready to pay like $2,500 for closing costs. But at the end of the day, our realtor was like, yeah, they offered to pay it if you just want to pay, a down payment to let them know that you want to buy the house. And so we said, yeah, sure.
2-2 now to Baez.
So that's what we did.
The lefty Jason Hayward waits.
Apparently these people had issues with, like, there were 3 people before us that wanted to buy this house. And they all backed out. Like, all of them backed out. And so they wanted us to pay something up front. So they knew that we were serious about buying it, which I get. And I thought they would ask for like $2,000 or $1,500 or something. But no, they just said $500. So that's what we paid.
High
That ball
and
gonna hook
down
foul.
the left field line.
But yeah, we got really lucky.
And that will end up a foul ball.
Oh, extremely lucky. Extremely lucky.
Once again, a 3-2.
Oh, we hung that.
Oh, and here's a drive.
Dubon going. Got it.
And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's
With Baez stung. He's been hitting the ball hard.
So one gone here in the Chicago 8th, and that'll bring up the multi-goal.
Yeah, I can't, like I said, I can't emphasize. Now, there's some things wrong with the house, obviously.
And now the first pitch. Soft line.
Hayward. It's a little jam shot hit.
Hayward has a base
One out hit for Hayward. But my neighbors suck. I hate them. Well, I don't hate them, but I don't like them. I have no interest in properly meeting them. But, you know, you just kind of channel that out.
Here's Chris Bryant now, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball one. He's got
I should stop saying I hate things, because that's just not true. What up, C-Boys? How you feeling, man? 2-0 to KB.
2-0.
You never want to fall behind as a pitcher, but doing it to a guy like this is even worse. He's got to bear down and execute for the rest of this at-bat, starting right now.
Wow, what was that? Okay, yeah, he went there, 2-1. Pain day by day. Pain getting a little less. And that ball's hit really hard. That's going to go off the wall. Bryant's going to go for his second triple of the game, and he will get it and drive in Hayward 6-2 Giants. Good Lord, he's stinging it. Alright, Amish. We'll see you later, man. Yeah. Van hammers.
So now to the plate, Ian Happ.
Ground ball. Ian Happ is out. Run will score 6-3.
Meanwhile, another run is in to score.
This game is not over yet. Mighty Sword is here. What's up, Kamish? Long time no see. Appreciate the raid, man. Welcome one and all from Kamish's broadcast. Nice to have you. NC Pirate. Appreciate the follow. How are you? You're trying to hold a lead here. Ground ball, Tropiano. Got him. Hits. Appreciate the follow. Nah, your community's all good, man. It's like a hammer without the head, you know, so it's kind of like a stick. Cubs going to the bullpen. Jonathan Holder, 35th game of the year, so he's been busier than Tapera. 3.38 ERA. How'd your broadcast go, man? Finished winter ball in EMLB. I need to be a better person and check that out more. I've been missing everybody's streams lately. Here is Posey, and he's going to swing at the first pitch. Ground out to Bryant. Throw the first. One pitch, one out. Ooh, how'd it go? Or, actually, you know what? Don't spoil it for me. I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm going to try to go back and watch it tomorrow while I'm at work.
So, next to bat will be Brandon Belt. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far.
We are looking to hold this lead, win 3 of our last 4. Take a look at the short pitcher. We've been doing good. Belt's going to sting that right into the shift. Right to Baez. Ooh, that's unfortunate. 2'd out. Mitch just have the coldest beer. Nice. I've got soda. Got some soda.
Would have been a different story if he did.
All right, so here is Donovan Solano, 1 for 3 tonight. Got a double.
First pitch on its way.
So he's giving Crawford a night off.
Is at the plate as he watches ball 1. The 1-0 home. Hit on the
Ground ball again.
with the left.
Well, we had good contact every time and just nothing that inning.
Now is the inning.
That's all right.
Giants are down
See if we can close it out. Top 9, 6-3 Giants. We're gonna bring in McGee.
Jake McGee comes on from
Been a while since we've seen Jake McGee.
here in the top of the 9th.
Possible trade chip. See how he does here. Should be a fairly attractive asset near the deadline.
All set to start the 9th in this one, and next to battle be
Oh,
the
yeah.
first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
They look like they're up against it here, down 3 on the road, trying to come back against
We got to deal with the bottom half of the lineup here.
From the stretch, here's the pitch.
Got Rizzo. I believe Marisnik is next. Then Horner. Yep. We are not done. Game is not over.
Here it comes, 1-0.
Oof. Courtesy call by Blue there, 1-1. Had some good, called up our number 7 prospect, Luis Toribio, third baseman. Struck out in his first at bat. Then he hit a 2-run home run in his second at bat, the first of his career. Then I believe he grounded out in his third at bat. So, have that all in the highlights. Rizzo strikes out.
Out again. That's the 3rd time he's
Tommy Listello's had a homer. Alex Dickerson's had a homer tonight. It's nice to score more than 2 runs. All in support of Alex Wood, man. Who's been the Jacob deGrom of our team. Pitching well, not getting offense.
Marisnik struck out in his last trip to the plate. Here's the first pitch.
What a note to Marisnik. Oh, look at that mohawk. Look at that hawk. What is that?
Bases are empty, 1 man.
Out of the way.
Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul.
Huh. I think the big story for the Cubs tonight is Chris Bryant with his 2 triples. Yes, 2 triples for Chris Bryant.
This away, however, and there are
Other than that, it's been those 3 runs have been pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Uneventful.
So
That's it.
next to hit is Nico Horner, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th.
All right, so 2 down. Matty. That's my money. 17th month resub. Thank you, Maddie.
Now the
I
first
don't
pitch.
want your money. I just want your friendship, man. That's all.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
Don't want your money. Ground ball. Listello.
Do it.
Giants win, baby. Giants win.
The Giants come back to even up this series at a game apiece as this ball game is over. And
Good stuff.
to an end out to an
Good
early lead in the
stuff.
first and never looked back. Alex Wood earned his
Alex
fifth
Wood
win
gets
of
his
the
first
season.
win in his last 3
Only able
starts.
to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. Jake McGee hammers down the save, his 14th. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa,
Good stuff all around. Alex Wood pitched well. There's Luis Toribio getting his first home run. Tommy Listello going yard after Robert Stott came in. After Winkler was pulled. And then Alex Dickerson hitting a solo shot immediately afterward. Making it 6-1 at that point. And there's your final out of the game. So good stuff by your Giants tonight. Alex Wood, like I said, getting the win. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks, 1 earned run. We'll take that. Dan Winkler with the loss, only going 4 innings. 7 hits, 5 Ks, no walks, give up 4. Player of the game, Alex Dickerson, 3 for 4 with a homer. Major note to Luis Toribio for getting his first career home run as a New York Giant. That's not right. As a San Francisco Giant. It was a 2-run shot. So, good stuff by your Giants. There we go. All right. I've got nobody on. You guys got anyone you want to recommend? I have nobody on. That's going to be it for me tonight. Don't know if we'll be back tomorrow or not. But before we end, Maddie, appreciate the 17-month resub. Of course, Kamish with the raid. Appreciate you, man. I'll have to watch your broadcast tomorrow. Is it Hetz? Hetz and NC Pirate for the follows. Thank you so much, Gabe, with the host as always, man. Be nice to enjoy this week before you head off to Puerto Rico for a week. I'll find someone to host, but thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will see you next time. And go Giants.